I just got here and the police was everywhere, and I'm like, what's going on? They said her car was found on the side of the road, burnt up. I'm like, man.
He will be charged with her, and he will be charged with arson as well.
And one day, those 4 children are going to find out, because nothing ever goes away on social media, that their mother was tossed naked from a bridge like a piece of trash.
On the morning of March 15th, 2023, the quiet town of Edwards, Mississippi was shaken by a crime so horrifying it stunned the entire community. What began as a missing persons case would soon unravel into a story of betrayal, brutality, and murder. The victim was 36-year-old Ebony Owens, a mother of 4, a respected nurse, and a woman known for her kindness. But behind closed doors, her life was far more dangerous than anyone realized. Ebony Owens was born on October 13, 1986, in Edwards, Mississippi, a town where everyone knew one another and serious crime was rare. Friends described her as gentle, humble, and selfless. She worked as a nurse at Jackson Hines Comprehensive Health Center, where coworkers said she was beloved by patients and staff alike.
The reputation that she had is that she was a good team player for the employees that she worked with. They quickly fell in love with her and her work ethics. We're saddened by her untimely, and we pray for strength for her family.
She earned the nickname the Candy Lady because she always carried sweets for neighborhood children. Most of all, Ebony was devoted to her 4 children. They were the center of her world. Despite struggles in her marriage, Ebony worked tirelessly to provide stability and love for her family. Ebony was married to Michael Owens, also 36 years old. Their relationship had become increasingly strained. Friends and family later described Michael as controlling and volatile. Behind closed doors, Ebony endured emotional turmoil while trying to hold her household together. But no one could have predicted what would happen next.
I just got here and the police was everywhere, and I'm like, what's going on? They said her car was found on the side of the road, burnt up. I'm like, man.
Ebony was last seen on March 14, 2023. When she failed to show up for work the next morning, her family knew something was wrong. This was completely out of character for her. A missing persons report was filed, and the community began searching. Then, on March 16, 2023, a disturbing discovery was made. Ebony's vehicle, a white 2015 Acura TL, was found burning on the side of the road. Her license plate had been removed and discarded nearby. Investigators quickly suspected foul play. Authorities shifted their focus to the Big Black River.
An ongoing search for 36-year-old Ebony Owens in the Big Black River underway Thursday. The Warren County Sheriff's Department and Department for Wildlife and Fisheries assisting Hines County with search boats and drones.
We believe that the deceased body of Ms. Owens was put into the Big Black River here near this particular location.
Deputies found Ebony's white Acura burned Wednesday morning near her and her husband, Michael Owens' home. After a welfare check, Ebony was reported missing.
Search crews battled strong currents, cold temperatures, heavy debris, and limited visibility. Boats used sonar technology in hopes of locating her remains. For days, the river gave no answers.
Hey guys, Therese Abel with Dark Horse Press here. We are on a boat in the Big Black River right now. This is during the search for the body of Ebony Owens. Now, she went missing about 8 days ago. This is the 8th day of the search, and authorities have crews out here right now searching this river using sonar and other technology to try and find her body. They believe that she was, well, they were told that she was thrown off the Highway 80 bridge and has floated down, potentially floated down the Big Black River. So we're on the boat with one of the crews right now, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about what they're working with here. So you can see there's a lot of debris in the river. That's partially because they did some maneuvers that shake it loose, and hopefully when you do that, you hope that it'll bring anything that is snagged in the debris to the surface. So we'll see a lot of things that are floating down the river as we go. In addition, they use sonar that can show you very clearly, the technology is pretty amazing, what's under the water. Now, you do sometimes still get false type, images, but the fact is it's very, very easy to see the shape of a human if it's in the right situation. I don't want to say that it's very easy, but in the right situation, you can decipher that is a human. What we have here is there is a lot of debris under the water as well. That makes conditions better for, someone snagging on the bottom and getting stuck. But at this point in the time that she's been gone, it's easy to assume that she might start to float in, sometime today or the next couple of days. The cold weather may have affected that some, but at this point, this is where we are. And again, we're on the Big Black River. We are in Warren County, right off Warriors Trail. And this is, the search team has been up this way, but at one point, they took their boats high speed up that way, because that does, create a wake and start to shake loose some of the debris.
Second straight day, search and recovery teams launching their boats into the Big Black River to find the body of missing mom, Ebony Owens.
We tried to launch this morning about 8 o'clock, but the river had fluctuated some, and the rain during the night made it just almost impossible.
Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace says one huge drawback in the search, the swift current of water moving down the river.
Yes, it is, and it was the same way yesterday, but from my understanding, the water is about a foot less deep than what it was yesterday.
Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones believes Owens' husband, Michael Owens, shot her at least once overnight Wednesday and then dumped her body from a bridge into the river.
On March 25, 2023, search teams found Ebony Owens' body in the Big Black River. The case officially became a murder investigation. Evidence revealed a chilling chain of events. Ebony had discovered her husband, Michael Owens, in bed with her daughter. Investigators concluded this confrontation led to her death. After killing her, Michael set her car on fire, removed her license plate, and dumped her body into the river, all in an attempt to destroy evidence.
Breaking news out of Hinds County, the search for Ebony Owens is over. This after an unidentified body was found in the Big Black River around 4 this afternoon, and that body has since been identified as Owens. Now, Owens has been missing since March 15th, and the investigation turned into a investigation after her husband, Michael Owens, was arrested and charged with her. Michael Owens is also charged with arson and battery of a minor.
Spoke with Shannon Daniels. She says she's known Ebony Owens practically all of her life since they were 5 years old. And she says seeing her husband in court today was very emotional.
On March 30th, 2023, Michael Owens was arrested at his home in Edwards, Mississippi. He was charged with first-degree murder, arson, sexual battery of a minor, and destruction of evidence. Authorities cited text messages, surveillance footage, forensic evidence, blood-stained bedding, a removed license plate, and a burned vehicle. Michael showed little emotion during his arrest. By September 2025, Michael Owens stood trial. During testimony, he claimed, "I snapped, I went into rage, I wasn't in my right state of mind." He said he shot Ebony after allegedly seeing her with another man and claimed self-defense.
Several people came to the stand today, including Michael Owens himself, and as he was being questioned by the state, he had to remove his glasses from how much he was crying as he talked about his deceased wife, Ebony Owens. Now, Owens admitted to going crazy after seeing his wife, Ebony Owens, in bed with another man. He said that's why he shot Ebony, threw her body in the Big Black River, and set her car on fire. Owens' team is arguing this was a crime of passion. They are saying Owens killed Ebony because they had a rocky marriage where they were both unfaithful to each other. They also said he was fearful of his life the night of the murder because Ebony pointed a gun at him first. Now, the state is arguing that Owens Ebony was planned. They pointed out how many times he lied during the investigation back in 2023, which means he could be lying about seeing a man in bed with Ebony. They also pointed out how he brought a drill to take off her car's license plate and gas tank to light her car on fire before throwing her body into the river. With tears in his eyes, Owens insisted he just snapped that night. He said he didn't mean to kill her and he regrets what he has done. He also said he didn't take Ebony to get help after shooting her in the head because he was scared and he did not want to go to jail.
I snapped. When I snapped, I just went into rage. When I snapped, I wasn't in my right state of mind. I just lost my mind.
What did you do?
I went crazy.
What did you do?
I started, I asked the dude to get out of my house. And after that, I started forcing it my wife.
But prosecutors told a very different story. They argued the murder was premeditated, pointing to the removal of the license plate, burning the car, dumping the body, and lying repeatedly to investigators. Investigators testified that Michael's story contained multiple inconsistencies. Graphic evidence was presented, including photos of the burned car, blood-soaked sheets, bloodstains on the bridge, and the river recovery site.
The state of Mississippi versus Michael Owens, and as evidence was shown, Owens covered his face. 2 witnesses took the stand today, and they shared their memories of the investigation. Owens is accused of his wife, Ebony Owens, in March of 2023. He told police he shot her, wrapped her body in a blanket, and threw her into the Big Black River. He also admitted to lighting her car on fire and removing the license plate. Owens said all this stemmed from seeing a mysterious man in his home in bed with his wife. The first witness to take the stand, investigator Richard Brown, said there were many inconsistencies in Owens' story and he felt Owen lacked credibility. Owens' team said although his stories were inconsistent, in every story, Owens did say that he saw a mysterious man in his home and that the man ran out of his home. The second witness to take the stand was investigator Stephen Sims. He said he took pictures throughout this investigation. He gave first-hand accounts of the graphic pictures shown in court. Sims says these were pictures of Ebony Owens' burned car, removed license plate, and blood-soiled bed sheets. Sims said there were also pictures of Owens' body near the Big Black River and bloodstains on the bridge over the river. Now, Judge Faye Peterson dismissed the jury in the middle of Sims' testimony, and they plan to return tomorrow at 10:30. And as more details come out of this case, we'll be sure to keep you updated. I'm live in Jackson, Brooklyn. Joiner 16 WAPT News.
On September 8, 2025, the jury reached its decision. Michael Owens was found guilty of first-degree murder and third-degree arson. He was sentenced to life in prison for murder and an additional 3 years for arson. Family members spoke through tears. Ebony's mother said, "No human should have gone through what my daughter went through." Michael later apologized in court, but her family said, "Sorry doesn't cut it. I'll never forget this." In April 2023, Ebony Owens was laid to rest. Her funeral was held at New Horizon Church International in Jackson, Mississippi. She was buried at Garden Memorial Park, 800 Highway 49 North, Jackson, Mississippi. The church was filled with family, friends, co-workers, and community members. Vigils and fundraisers were held in her honor. Ebony Owens left behind 4 children, 4 sisters, a grieving family, and a broken community. Her story is a tragic reminder of the importance of speaking out, seeking help, recognizing warning signs, and protecting victims of domestic and family violence. Ebony Owens was more than a headline. She was a mother, a nurse, a daughter, a friend, and her life mattered. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this story informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories.